I'm currently on a job hunt, and I just got off of a phone interview where this man fixed his mouth to tell me, oh yeah, we're paying $11 an hour, no commission, to work 40 hours a week at a smoke shop. Huh? I can't. My gas is flabbered. So if you're in St. Petersburg or Tampa Bay area and you know of a job or are hiring and you want to pay me a little more than $11 an hour, let me know.
What this girl is saying is not just her experience, it's a lot of people's experiences out there. A lot of people are experiencing the same thing, that when they try to apply for a job, they either go through like thousands of applications and they can't get an interview, or they just get rejected from first round, or they get a really low paying job paying, like in her case, $11 an hour in the Tampa Bay area, which, if you know anything about Florida and cost of living there, is one of the highest in the country. So that $11 an hour is barely enough to scrape by. It's barely a living wage. So if she's trying to get out of debt, or she has some student loans or other things, it will bury you. I mean, so yeah, it's tough out there these days. Check out some of these videos and what some of these other people have to say.
And another thing, the job market, just say y'all don't want employees. When I tell y'all, these folks, you'll be either overqualified or underqualified. But if you're overqualified, why not hire them anyway? I just want to know, just put on Indeed, not hiring. Not looking for people that want to work, because y'all are so picky and choosy, and y'all can fill the whole job description. Tell you this, I got denied yesterday. But all the jobs that I applied for, like literally from the same company, they denied me. And I'm like, I got 2 degrees. I got certifications. What the fuck do y'all want? And like, y'all, I could get another certification if I wanted to. I can go and grab that, like go and get it just because. But my thing is, what do y'all want from people? And y'all, I'm not going to lie to you. Your girl applied to be a foster care specialist because I love kids and I love working with children. And I just want to make sure that children are treated fairly, that they're going to a home that they need to be in, and that motherfuckers are not mistreating children. It sounds good on paper, yeah, this is a good fit, but behind closed doors, you beating and abusing children. Like, that don't sit right with my fucking spirit. Half of you hoes don't even deserve kids. You deserve not a damn thing. And that shit's fixed. Like, when I sit up there and I apply myself, I'm like, bro, because I really love these. Like, I really love kids. But everybody be denying this stuff. And it's the same company. They deny me 2 years in a row. And you're still looking for people to fill the job. At this point, just put on the description, we're not hiring. We want to pick our motherfucking friends. We want to pick whoever we want to pick. Just say you're not hiring. Because it should not be that hard. It should not be that hard, child. Overqualified. Went to school. Literally went to school for the shit. Got a whole degree in education. This don't make no sense. When I tell you, it don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. But where there's a will, there's a way. God bless. Because I just feel like everybody should be able to get a job. If they want the job, give them the job. You got all the qualifications. What more do you want? You want me to pull something out the top of my head? Like, come on now. And we wonder why the kids act the way they do. Look at the adults.
I just need somewhere to rant because the job market is absolute crap, and I was on a 3rd interview of this job that I thought was a perfect job for me. It was going to be a stable income to allow me to pay my bills and pay off my debt, and I get to this 3rd interview and I got lied to about the job that I was applying for. I applied for this entry-level marketing job, and inside of the job application it talks about how it is going to be marketing a nonprofit organization and how they do like events for this nonprofit. You plan the events, you do the events, and you go and you pretty much do all the background of marketing. You're not the social media, you're not the advertising, but you're the face-to-face person where you're coordinating the events, you're doing all of the planning, you're figuring out their niche market, all these different things in the background of marketing. And I get to my 3rd interview today, and he starts talking about the pay structure and talks about how what you do is you're actually at a booth in front of like a Walmart or a Vons or something else, and you are asking people for donations for this nonprofit. Their entire application mentions nothing about this being a sales position. That is 100% sales. And if I haven't got you convinced, they then decide to break down the pay structure of the person donates 100%. Then they split it down. The marketing firm gets 60%, and then they split it down to that. You get 30% of that, and the firm itself gets the other 30%. I had asked from the beginning of this interview what the salary was for this position, and they told me $50,000 to $75,000. And I just assumed, okay, well, they had that range because you usually tell them, this is what I want to make, and they determine if your skills, your background, your experience is enough for what you're asking for. No, I think what they were saying is that is all based on commission, because I asked him very directly, so there is no base pay for this position. And he said, no, it is all starting off on commissions. And I just wanted to cry. They did not market this as a sales position whatsoever, and I thought that I had finally found the perfect job, that I was going to get a job that I really wanted, something I really enjoyed, something that I got my college degree in, and they're just looking for sales representatives. I avoid sales positions. Am I in the wrong? Like, I asked so many questions, and nowhere inside of their job application did they say that this was a sales position, and I do not want to be in sales. If I did, I would just focus on my TikTok shop. I'm just devastated. I know it's stupid, but I'm devastated. So I just wanted to come here and rant because the job market sucks and I got my hopes up, and now I'm just crushed.
I just quit my job. I just quit. Like, I literally just quit this morning. I was like, bye guys, I'm not coming in, bye. I had put in 2 weeks 2 days ago. I put in my 2 weeks, didn't follow through. I just like hate being micromanaged when I know I'm doing my job correctly and you're just nitpicking at things, like when you're not doing that with anybody else who actually needs it. It's crazy to me. But this is your sign. Quit that job. If they're treating you like shit, quit that fucking job. But find a backup job first, okay? Get hired at a new job first before you quit, because in this economy, we can't just fucking quit. All right? We got bills to pay. We got shit to do.
You know, I get this question a lot, but a lot of you don't seem to like the answer. They say, Liam, why have I got denied from 30 companies? Why have I got denied? Why haven't I heard back from 80 companies? I've applied. I do 20 applications a day. What's going on? Buddy, your resume sucks, so we need to fix that. How do you make a good resume? Number one, show them that you can work hard. You can work any day of the week. You can work any day of the year. It doesn't matter. 2, you can work as a team and be coachable. 3, you can stay clean. And also, it's not everything, but your resume looks good. Your resume is easy to look at. It's one page. It's consolidated. They can flip through it. I mean, they're going through a lot of these in a day. So if you're filling out 80 applications in a day and you haven't heard back, there's something you need to change.
So day after day, I log on to this app and I see so many college students struggling to get a job. And let me tell you why I think that is. I didn't take the traditional route and finish college before I got into the workforce. I actually got my first full-time job and promotion while in the middle of college. When I got out of high school, I went to a community college and I started to work at, like, doing work study, did some call center work. But it wasn't until I got to a school where I was working in education where I got to meet people with degrees, and like not just a degree, multiple degrees. And they gave me insights on their career paths. My principal at the time, she told me something that stuck with me to this day. She said the reason why a lot of people are not getting jobs and they just got out of college is because employers are prioritizing skill sets and experience over degrees. The reason being is because a degree communicates that you can withstand something, that you can endure something, that you can go through a program and finish. Great. But that does not communicate or guarantee that you have the necessary skills, the work ethic, the organization skills, just the experience overall. And employers want that skill versus experience, because one thing that all these people who I met in that career path who have multiple degrees said, that nothing in school prepares you for the job that you're going to work after you finish school. I've seen so many people who got the degree, but who do not have the work ethic, who don't have the skill set, so they get that job and then they fumble it because they just weren't taught how to handle a proper job. I'm so thankful. At the same time, I wish I did finish, because I had like 1 semester left and my funding got cut, which I just got back in school. So I'm really, really happy. I start in the fall. To have the experience and the skill sets and the degree, that's a double whammy. Why I always like encourage, like, if you're in college, do internships, do work studies, so you can have some type of skill set. So when you get out of school, you're just not like, I have a degree, hire me, because that means nothing. Unfortunately, this is wrong. I just want to let you know that this is not okay, because this is the path that millennials and Gen Z were told to take, and that this would secure them a financially stable future. They'd be okay. Their kids will be okay. And that's not what's happening. And that's why there's so much frustration. Let me just emphasize that. This is not okay. Add some razzle dazzle on it to really like piss me off is y'all are sitting up giving people who have master's degrees entry-level jobs with some minimum wage. Like, what is $15 an hour? Like, I wouldn't even accept that. And I don't even have a degree. Like, what? And how I've been finessing it is like, I don't have the degree, but I have so many college credits. Like, if I wanted to like cash those in and get a degree, if that was able to do so, I would definitely do it. So I've been like spinning it off. Like, unfortunately, the work system takes a little like finessing. You have all these college graduates, all these alumni, and now what? Unless you know someone or a friend of a friend and know networking, which brings up my next point. I only got in my school because of who my mother knew. This world is built on who you know. You can do the, proper way, the traditional way, go to school, get your credentials, and then what? And then what? And I feel so bad. I feel so bad. I also feel lucky that I had the mind to get in the workforce so early. So now that I'm 29 years old, I can, spend my skills how I want to. But it's actually insane.
Doesn't finding a job suck so bad? Like, it's so irritating having to put these applications in and then getting that same damn email saying that they have moved on with other people and there's nothing you can do about it, but you can reapply in a certain amount of time. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. Like, if you really think about it, it's so irritating trying to find a job in this type of society. So I started to think about it more deeply on like, what really are we doing when we're getting these jobs, right? And I realized all it is you are marketing yourself to be a good robot for them. So when you come in on your resume saying that you know how to do this, you're a talented person, you're whatever, right? Like, so robotic, like obviously stuff that doesn't really matter. Do you know that they're gonna put your resume to the side immediately? And if you're one of those people who apply with no resume, hey, look, I did it too. I'm guilty of it too, so no shade. But if you're one of those people, you also gotta know they're looking at a name with no image, no face, no nothing. They don't know who you are. They just have a first name and a last name with no background to who you really are. They're never gonna hire you. There's no point in even calling you in for an interview because I'm basically rolling the dice on who it is that's gonna walk through that damn door. I'm only basing it off of a name, so you have to understand that only like jobs like warehouse jobs or like jobs in the back end, like the lower type of jobs, like only those are gonna accept you in because they don't need to care about your background or your experience or who you are. They just have to care about you being a respectable person and someone who follows the rules. So I want you to really get the lesson I'm saying, and what I'm trying to tell you is if you want to get the job that you really desire, you have to get good at marketing. You have to literally understand the mindset and the art of marketing yourself. You got to give yourself a story to tell. You got to give yourself an image to look at. You have to know what it is you're aiming for and know exactly how to look like that, how to fit in with that in order for you to actually get the job or the career or the business that you desire. It is kind of like a fake it till you make it kind of thing, but it's not necessarily faking it. You're just literally being the character that you know you can be for the thing that you want to be. You get what I'm saying? So if you're someone who needs help with understanding the art of creating an image, an identity, a resume, right? A human resume, go ahead and DM me because I know a person who can help you So not only can I help you, but I also have a couple people that I know who can help you get your mind in the right place for you to understand what these people are looking for and why you keep getting denied. And we'll create a resume or a human profile that is literally likable. It's likable to look at. It is going to get a damn job. It's 100% whatever it is that you want, as long as you have some clarity, which is what I'm gonna help you get. Then we're gonna aim and shoot at the thing that you fit in with most, so that you can stop being miserable at these weak ass jobs.
Hi, my name is Jamie. I've been unemployed for 6 months. And I just wanted to come on here and talk a little bit about what that's been like. Because it's been really hard. I have recorded and deleted this video probably a dozen times. I'm really not like a come online and talk about my feelings type person unless it's to my private story. Those in it, you know. But yeah, I'm not like I'm trying to go viral, I'm trying to blah, blah, blah. Like, that's just not who I am. But I'm at the point now where I feel like I need to talk about it because I know a lot of other people are in my position and can relate and probably feel really alone right now, as do I. And one of the only things that has gotten me through the last 6 months is being on the unemployment side of TikTok and hearing that people are experiencing the same things I am, and that it's not necessarily a me problem. Because that's hard to not feel that way when you get 10 million rejections, to not feel like it's a you problem. So I hope that people watch this and get a little something out of it in terms of maybe a sense of community, or maybe you find something relatable and you think that's funny. So that's that. So yes, I was let go from my position in May. And honestly, when that happened, I really did not expect to be where I am now. I really expected I was not a huge fan of that job. I mean, a job's a job, but it was a hard job. And when I was laid off, I kind of was just like, that's showbiz, like whatever, I'll just, on to the next one. And I was in for a rude awakening for how hard it was going to be going forward. Fast forward 6 months, it's now almost freaking Thanksgiving, and I'm about to run out of my unemployment benefits. So anyways, besides the fact, so I was laid off. I have sent out over 100 applications. And I know I'm not the only one. Over 100 applications. I've had 4 or 5 final round interviews to not get the job. Ghosted countless times. I've had to hunt down recruiters and be like, hey, what's the status? Only to get oh, I'm so sorry, we're not moving forward. Countless times. At this point, I'm so accustomed to rejection that I just expect it. It's hard to say because you really have to go into these jobs being so confident and sell yourself is what I always hear is, sell yourself. You're selling yourself and you sell your skills and you got to want this company to want you and blah, 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 blah. But no one talks about how hard that is when you've heard no so many times that your confidence is gone. Your confidence is withered. At least for me. Maybe not for everyone, but at least for me. To go to other people and be like, please hire me, it's hard. So I really hope that other people can understand that and relate to it. I just had an interview today, actually, and that's really what prompted me to make this video, because I really just hit my breaking point where they wanted me to, which... Another thing I want to talk about, sorry, I'm really bad at telling stories, but companies who post job listings never include the most vital information on job listings. Hours, pay. Oh, pay. Please put the pay on your job listings. On-site requirements. Is it hybrid? Is it fully on-site? I'm having to learn these things through these screening calls and interviews. And it's almost like a huge waste of time because I'm getting contacted by these companies who are an hour and a half away from me, are 2 hours away from me, which I'm willing to do. I'm whatever. It's fine. You just got to be able to pay me enough where I can pay my bills, pay for gas, and be able to like live. And for context, also, I live in New Jersey. We are one of the most expensive states to live in. Our electric prices are through the roof. Rent is through the freaking roof. I lost my job a month after moving into my first apartment ever with my boyfriend. But like, imagine that. I like at this point, I'm so out of ideas. So again, bouncing around. So sorry. But these jobs are paying nothing for all of this work that they want you to do. Like, they take content specialists and then they turn that into, oh, well, you're also, you're going to be PR, you're going to be social media, you're going to be a video editor. Like, that, okay. Then pay me enough to do that. So, sorry, again, jumping around, but this job that I interviewed today, that I had no idea what the requirements were for on-site salary, nothing. I gave them my salary, which I thought was fair. It was actually lower because at this point I'm like, jobs don't want to pay me a lot, so I'm just going to lower it to whatever. Maybe they'll work with it. Even then, I'm being asked, oh, well, is that negotiable? No, not really. I live in New Jersey. If you want me to commute to somewhere an hour and a half away 5 days a week, you're going to have to pay me enough to do so. That is just the fact of life. And God, I'm out of ideas. Hence why I'm talking to my phone right now. It's really embarrassing. And this is the last thing that I ever thought I would be doing right now. But here I am. So I'm being vulnerable. And I don't really want anything out of this. I don't need views. I don't need money. I don't need anything from anyone. I can handle myself. And I'm still going to work hard and apply and do what I can do and live. Because that's what you have to do. You just got to live. But I, again, just want to come on here and just say these things because I know that others are also in my position, and it's really isolating. It's really mentally draining. It's really just sad. It's sad. So that being said, any companies on here need a content specialist, hit my DM because I would love to contribute my skills. And that's really all I wanted to come on here and say. But if you can relate, let me know. Tell me your stories.
Okay, so I am 22. I just moved to Atlanta. I just graduated with my accounting degree. I don't have a job, and I just moved into my own apartment. So I'm going to tell you the ways that I did this. I started saving because, well, I've always been a saver. I've been working since I was 14 years old. Like, I've been volunteering since I was 14 years old just so I could, like, get paid as soon as I turned 15, 16. I don't even know what the age was, but from the time that I've been volunteering to actually working, like I said, I'm 22 now. I have always saved like $100, whether it's $500, whether it's $6,000. Like, I've always been a saver. Throughout college, well, throughout high school, I was working at restaurant, an Italian restaurant. I worked at a sneaker store. Then I worked at Buffalo Wild Wings. Did lashes. I did so many jobs. Like, I had so many jobs when I was in college. And I have to say the reason that I work so much is because I'm Jamaican, and they say that Jamaicans always have like 3 jobs. But time that I got paid, like every single time, I just opened a savings account not too long ago, but every time that I got paid, I put money into my savings account. Like, every paycheck, my grandpa's always told me, like, every paycheck, put money away. So I've been doing that. Car accident my sophomore year of college, and my car got totaled because of the other person. Filed a lawsuit because I was in pain, and my car was like done for. Like, I had no car. Like I said, I've been saving. I bought my first car in high school because I was saving so much. So I bought my first car in high school. And so when I crashed the car, they reimbursed me like immediately money for a new car So I bought a brand new car, even though everybody told me that was a dumb decision. I bought a brand new car, and I paid it off within the first. So I bought a really, like, not expensive, but it was pretty pricey at the time. And I got a loan for $6,000. I paid the rest. It was like $30,000. I got a loan for $6,000, and I paid the rest. After I won my lawsuit, I got money. Like, I got a few. After I got some money from my lawsuit, I put checkings, and then I put everything else into my savings account. So that was like a big boost also in like my savings, like was my lawsuit. Now, every time I got like a refund or something from my school, even though it was supposed to go back into the school, if it was like a few $1,000s, I would take the refund and I would split it half and half. Like half would go to my checkings, half would go to my, like, while I was working, I just kept putting money in my savings account. So like save, like every time you get paid, put money away. Like, put money away. So that's why, you know, I'm so blessed that I was able to move out. Like, I already knew to move out after college. So that's why I'm like, was able to plan so far ahead right now and stuff like that, because I would just save so well. And I've had like really good financial advisors in my life. Like, my dad is an accountant. My grandpa has a great credit score. Like, he's always been a saver. So I've just had like good advice throughout.
So I graduated from USC last May, and I've been severely struggling to find like a job that gets me into my career. You know what I mean? Like, not like a small little part-time job. I'm talking about a real job. Because yeah, like, I work at my small town's like diner, I guess, but that's only a couple hundred every couple weeks. Like, that's not, I got rent to pay, you know? Like, yeah, also, I mean, I get on Pay Me and like join in on class actions there and get a couple hundred, couple thousand, you know, but that's still like, I need a job. Luckily, Pay Me does in fact keep groceries in my house and a roof over my head. I'm a true to true class action girly, y'all know that, everybody knows that. So anything with a class action, you know I'm there. But like, in the grand scheme of things, other than Pay Me, what are people doing to make money? Let me know.
I watched an interview recently where a guy has applied for hundreds of thousands of jobs and only got an interview for 10 of them. I pride myself on my capabilities to find work and get interviews at places, so I wanted to see how I compared. Of the ones I could track down, I applied for over 2,000 jobs in 2025. And the thing is Indeed only lets you see 6 months back. Of those 2,000, I only got offered an interview for 15 of them. All that to say, if you're looking for some practical advice, applying for jobs nowadays is a numbers game. Don't waste your time on really lengthy applications. But also, the job market is really weird, so don't beat yourself up if you're having a hard time.
I had a job interview today, and I had to tell them, F it, I don't want it anymore, I don't care. Because
it was my 7th interview.
7. I thought I was getting the job already, but
butter my butt and call me a biscuit, I'm
done. Then they tell me that there are a few more rounds of interviews to go through. What am I interviewing for?
To become the president? This is an entry-level position.
And they had the audacity to ask me, do you have any more questions for us? We've had a staring contest for the past 6 and 7 interviews.
You already know my entire genetic bloodline.
How could you possibly think I have more questions for you after 7 interviews? So yeah, that job was not for me, but it's okay because I had more interviews lined up on one Salting anyways. And now I'm gonna get myself a donut from Dunkin'.
A lot of people are experiencing what these people have been saying is that the job postings on LinkedIn and some of these other websites are either fake or they just never respond to you, because, you know, I've seen numerous people talk about that how they apply for thousands of jobs online on LinkedIn or on Indeed, and they get nothing. They get like out of 1,000, maybe like a few 5 or 6 interviews, and they get rejected like first round to a lot of them. And a lot of those jobs, you know, they require absurd experience for an entry-level position, which really makes you think, I mean, are these postings even real? Do these companies really want to hire someone, or they just need to meet some type of a weird quota internally? So we don't know, but a lot of them don't really seem to be responsive at all. So I think actually there's a large percentage probability that some of these postings are fake, if not most of them.